Hi folks, Russell Longcore here. I'm an insurance claims consultant and I want to talk to you today about insurance claims stormtroopers. Now you may not be familiar with that term, but let me tell you what a stormtrooper is. Now I got to give you a little background before I tell you what a stormtrooper is. Um, this time of year, and I'm shooting this in August. This time of year, and I live in Atlanta. We have pop-up thunder showers that happen nearly every day. And late in the afternoon, big thunderheads will roll in, and someplace in this area is going to get smacked by a thunderstorm, lightning, big windstorm. It can be pretty severe weather. And that's happening all over the southeast, and really all over the United States. And sometimes it causes flooding, sometimes it causes tornado damage, hail damage, water damage from water getting into the house, lightning damage, wind damage. All those kinds of things happen because of the storms that pop up. Well, here's what happens to the insurance companies and the big independent insurance adjusting companies. They get inundated with claims. For example, if a big tornado goes through some place and tears up the town, and you've got tens of thousands of people that have damage, they got the insurance companies, and they've got to figure out some way to get an adjuster to your house if you're there. So what they do is they hire something called a stormtrooper. Now, a stormtrooper is a person who is not a licensed insurance adjuster. They may have a temporary license through the Department of Insurance or through the insurance company or through an independent insurance adjusting company, but they're not a licensed adjuster. Most of the time, they choose the insurance companies will choose someone to do that who's got construction experience, for example, or they've got insurance experience, or maybe both. And it can be a good thing if you find someone who's qualified. Let me give you an example. I'll give you my story. In 1992, Hurricane Andrew happened. And I came from my career up until 1992 had included basically two things. Number one, I owned a construction company, so I did commercial and high-end residential and industrial construction. So I knew how to design houses, knew how to do all that kind of stuff, and I'd gone through a carpenter apprenticeship myself, so I knew building from the ground up, literally. Number two, I was an insurance agent for many of those years as a full-time and part-time income. So I came to the stormtrooper job with both I knew how to read a policy and I knew how to build a building. So that was terrific, and that caused me to get into the insurance claims business, where I've spent the last 22 years. And it's been just terrific, and I've done really well, and I'll tell you a little bit about my books and stuff like that later. But let's get back to the idea of stormtroopers. Many times stormtroopers have very little experience, and so the insurance company sends a stormtrooper to your house to write an estimate. They don't know what your policy says. They don't know a lot about construction. They don't know a lot about a lot of stuff, and consequently you're going to be in big trouble if you have a stormtrooper show up at your house representing your insurance company and he's not qualified. So, but you may ask, well, how do I know that he's qualified? How can I determine whether a stormtrooper or a temporary adjuster is qualified enough to look at my house? Well, the easiest way to do is this: ask him, ask her. Before you allow that person to start inspecting the damages to your house, interview him, interview her. Ask them what their experience are. Ask them to see their license. Are they licensed in that state? Ask what their experience is. Ask them if they are working as an employee of the insurance company or an independent insurance company, or if they are a hired subcontractor. Now, there's not once again, nothing wrong with being a subcontractor, but if you're a subcontractor and you don't know what the heck you're doing, then there's a problem. So what I want you to do when you have all these different claims that are coming up and people are coming to talk to you is you take control of your insurance claim. You don't have to be the victim. One of the reasons that I'm doing this today is because back in 2007, I wrote a book, entitled Insurance Claims Secrets Revealed. And what I show you is ways that you can take control of your claim, and you could add hundreds or even thousands more dollars to your claim settlements. Now, this book has been the #1 book on insurance claims continuously since October of 2007, so I think I did something right, and I think I know what I'm talking about. But in this particular situation, when we're talking about stormtroopers, you need to know what you should do to handle a stormtrooper, and it's in my book. And here's the reason I wrote the book. I wrote the book because in my experience of being an adjuster at very high levels for a very long period of time, I found that most people that had a claim had never had a claim before, and they didn't know what to do. And let me tell you something, the insurance companies and the independent adjusting companies, they want to control the claims process. Now, if they're controlling the claims process and you don't know what to do, who's going to win in that situation? Well, the answer to you is that the insurance company is going to win. Because once you file a claim, no matter what kind of claim it is, you have just changed your relationship with the insurance company. You've now become at odds with the insurance company, because here's what they want. An insurance company is going to want to hold down the cost and pay you the least amount of money that you'll accept for your loss. Isn't that true? And what's your motivation when you turn in a claim? You want to collect the absolute most dollars that you're entitled to collect under the terms and conditions of your policy. So instantly, you got a problem. You and the insurance company are going in opposite directions. But if you don't know what you're doing, who's going to win? You see, the insurance company's got all the experts. They got the adjusters who are on staff that actually know something. They've got claim specialists. They got policy specialists. They've got attorneys. They've got specialists like engineering firms. All these different specialists that they can bring to bear against you. Think about it this way. Think about it with your taxes. Now, the IRS tax code is thousands and thousands and thousands of pages, and there's no way in the world that you can know what that is. It's not really reasonable to even think that your CPA or your tax preparer knows this, but at least they know it better than you, right? So, in your situation, when you prepare your taxes, you may be a person that files your own taxes. My personal opinion is you're crazy if you do that. But most people look for a tax specialist to help them file their taxes so that they pay the least amount of money and get back the biggest refund if they're entitled to a refund. And it's really the same thing in insurance. If you don't have an advocate, if you don't have someone that can help you prepare your claim, I promise you, based on my 2 decades and more in the insurance claims field, I promise you that if you don't have someone helping you, you're going to collect thousands of dollars less than you would have collected if you just had some help. That's where my book comes in. There are adjusters out there that are just policyholder adjusters, and they're called public adjusters. And I talk about that in my book. But here's the problem where public adjusters come into play. Public adjusters are wonderfully helpful in big losses, but there's a threshold. And I don't know what that threshold is for each public adjuster, but there's a size of claim that they won't take a claim that's less than that. And the reason why is they'll put more time and effort into it than they can get paid for. And so it's an economic decision. It's not that they don't like you. It's not that they don't like your claim or want to help you. What they want to do is get paid, just like all of us do. And so from the smallest claim up to a certain threshold, the $25,000, $30,000, $50,000, $100,000 claim, whatever that threshold might be for any given public adjuster, there's in that area between the bottom and the threshold, there's no help for a normal person like yourself who has a claim and doesn't know what to do. And that's what my book is for. So here's what I'm doing. Here's what I'm saying to you in conclusion here. What I want you to do is go down here. There's a link in the text just below this video, and it'll take you to claimsecrets.com. That's www.claimsecrets.com. If you don't want to go to claimsecrets.com, just go put my name or Insurance Claim Secrets Revealed into the search box at Amazon, because I'm there and I've been there for many years. But the best way to do it, the least expensive way that you can do it, is to go through my website and pick the way that you want to buy the book. And you can buy the book in a soft cover. If you're not in a big hurry, buy a soft cover because it's great. If you're in a big hurry and need this information quickly, you can buy it in the form of an ebook. You can also buy it as a Kindle download, and you can buy it. You know, the softcover book costs about $20. The ebook costs about $20, and the Kindle download's about, I think, $9, $8, something like that. So go to the link that's below this. Take a look at it. Come see me. If you need my help, don't hesitate to contact me through the website. Thanks for watching this, and good luck to you on your claims. Bye-bye.